Actions speak louder than words, right? We know this. I've said it a bunch, and we've said it a bunch. But when people do things, take that as their intention, right? Take that action as their intention. I can tell you all day long, you know what? I love Joe Biden. He's doing a great job. If I wanted you to think that. But then if you look at, I don't know, my voting history, my social media, you'll know that I think he's kind of a nutcase, can't finish a sentence. Right? But I could tell you anything that you want, but my actions are going to say what I really feel, what I really mean, what my real intentions are. Right? NFL teams this weekend, and thus far in the offseason, are going to do the same thing. They're going to tell you exactly what they think, feel, and intend to double down on going forward. For example, let's start with the hometown Pittsburgh Steelers, right? We had Mike DeCastro on right before the draft. We were back and forth on if the Steelers should draft or will draft offensive line or secondary, right? He was leaning more towards secondary. At the time, I was more offensive line. He might have swayed me. Nonetheless, they go offensive line, right? Mike said this, and I agree. We're going to find out what the Steelers think of Dan Moore. And we did find out what they think of Dan Moore. Backup. He's a backup left tackle, right? Because they're going to go out, they're going to draft the left tackle for the future, Broderick Jones. Right? They needed an upgrade. Trade up, let's go get one. Broderick Jones, here you go. Probably left tackle for the next 8+ years if he pans out, which I think he will. Right? I like the pick. They tell you exactly what they intend to do. Kenny Pickett, young offense, surround him with pieces. Surround him with pieces, right? Protect him. The picket fence, as some may say. The Packers, right? They basically said, life without Aaron, I think we're going to be just fine. I think we're good. First round, we're going to get a pass rusher. We don't want this kid to have to win shootouts, but then we'll go get 3 wide receivers, 2 more tight ends in the later rounds. Not to mention they're going to double down and they're going to extend Jordan Love 1 year, $22 million. Not a ton, but the kid started 1 game, right? That's a nice payday for a singular game starter, right? In which he didn't even play that well in that start, but that's besides the point. They're going to double down. They said, life without Aaron. Hey, Aaron, you have fun in New York. You go to all the Rangers games, all the Knicks games you want. We're good here. We're good here. That's what they're telling you. Right? How about the Eagles? Right? The Eagles say, ooh, Jalen Carter, one of the top talents in the draft, if not the most talented player, some character issues. But we'll take a flyer because we have star quarterback, check. Veterans in place, check. Strong presence at head coach, check. Great mentors at the exact same position group as Jalen Carter, check. Fletcher Cox. A bunch of his college buddies to make him feel as comfortable as possible in a new system, new city, all that, check. Why not take a chance on what many view as the most talented player in the draft? They're telling you, we have the cornerstones, let's roll the dice, let's go big or go home. This is our conference for the taking, not just division, conference for the taking. I think they have the most talented roster. Right? Totally Howie Roseman makes complete sense, right? That's right up his alley, totally respected. How about the Colts? Well, they basically said, hey, could we go get Will Levis? Yeah, but do we have a really, really talented young offensive coach in Shane Steichen? Absolutely. We have a really nice run game, and it'll be even better under Steichen because we saw what he did with Philly. It'll be a better run team this year. We have a scrappy defense, decent culture. We could take in a project. Right? We could take in Anthony Richardson. We'll be just fine with him as our quarterback. He's basically, you could argue, a more talented version of Jalen Hurts. And Steichen made Jalen Hurts the top 7 quarterback in the league. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. He needs a lot more polishing, a lot more refinement. But that's what they're telling you. They said, hey, we really like our coach. We really like what he brings to the table. Let's let him take this project, polish him up. In a year, we could have the best quarterback in our division. Trevor Lawrence is better, but that's what they think, right? That's what they intend to do. That's what they're going to double down on. Right? We'll talk more about how I feel about some of the team's drafts, good, bad, ugly, right? Some winners and losers. But my point is, believe it when teams show you and tell you exactly what they're all about. Right? If you're thinking, how's my team going to be this year? What's their goal? What direction are they going? Just follow the breadcrumbs. Believe exactly what they show you. Teams will tell you exactly what they intend to do, exactly what they're going to double down on, exactly what they think is the cornerstone for the future. All these teams did. All of them. From top to bottom. Even the Falcons said, hey, rookie running back last year was second in rushing. No. We're going to be bad this year, but Bijan Robinson and Caleb Williams next year, now we're talking. Right now we're talking. So they tell you exactly what they intend to do. They're going to suck this year, and they know it. They don't care. They don't care about Bijan Robinson next year when he puts up 1,600 yards and 14 touchdowns. It's going to look like a good pick. So just believe teams when they tell you. They're going to show you exactly what they are. You just believe them. That's it.
And you could really see that, like you said, just echoed throughout the entirety of the draft, from round 1 to round 7.
Yeah.
And nobody hid behind anything. And I really like the picks pretty much all across the board. I think they all addressed desperate needs.
Yeah.
I mean, the Steelers, for example, you know, first round pick, you need somebody that's going to be great blocking in space. Broderick Jones is fantastic blocking in space. He's going to be able to pull, go open up some lanes for Najee on the outside. Finally going to be able to maybe move the ball a little bit this season.
Didn't let up a sack all last year.
No.
I mean, I know it's college, but still.
Just protect the hell out of Kenny Pickett.
Love that.
And then what else did they tell you? Oh, well, we do need some help with the secondary, so we're going to go draft Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Regardless how you feel about him or how you think he's going to pan out in the NFL, it's what they're telling you that they need.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. No, I agree.
All around, great draft. Great draft. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to be staying on the draft. Most of it, that's actually